have a question for you, Claire, that's kind of along those same lines because, people talk about Clinton Democrats. That was the thing in the 90s. There are definitely Obamacrats. We know that those exist. I think people underestimate the extent to which there are Bidenistas. There are Biden Democrats. People really love him. Democrats really love this guy. There are a lot of African-American Democrats very much love Joe Biden. And I think it's partly connected to his relationship with President Barack Obama and the way he stood with him, but also just something about him, right, resonates with a lot of Democrats. So you talked about that mix of kind of sadness and also joy that you're seeing and that you're feeling. Give me what the mix is like, and how much has his blessing of Kamala Harris boosted her with Bidenistas?
Absolutely essential. And Joe Biden knows that. I mean, he knows that he has immense power in this party, as he should. I mean, Joy, he deserves having immense power in this party. And only because he was selfless and stepped aside is she even in a position to challenge Donald Trump. But, our party handled things differently than the Republican Party. In the Republican Party, there was a lot of people that didn't like Donald Trump, didn't think he could win. And guess what? They all folded and became part of the Trump cult. And it is all about him. In our party, there were people that said, no, this is about something bigger than any one person. And the one person who said that loudly by what he did was Joe Biden. And I think that's why his legacy will be legend among American presidents because of the selflessness he's shown over the last month.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what? What's better than having one former senator? Two. I'm going to bring in another one. Senator Barbara Boxer of the great state of California, your friend. So we're just bringing all the gals together. Let's talk about that a little bit because, there is this sense that this is a swan song for a really great political career for President Biden, but it's also a handoff. Right. This is like a relay race handoff that he's handing it to this person that was really to the end. Like she literally defended him to the bitter end after that debate. Can you talk a little bit about that relationship and then talk a little bit about the former senator from California who is now poised to take the reins of the party, Kamala Harris?
Well, absolutely. First, I want to say hi, Claire. And I love her take on things. I love her take on things. What I want to say is this. When I decided to step away and retire from the Senate, Kamala Harris stepped up. She ran a great race. I endorsed her, and here she is now. So I'm super excited about all of that. It's pretty great. And I also want to say, when history is written, it will say all those great things about President Biden, the things that he did. He brought us back from COVID. He brought the economy back. He fought for the soul of America, but he also endorsed Kamala at a time when a lot of people in my party were saying open convention. And I would just like to say, if it was an open convention, it would have been chaos. So I think when history is written, he will get so many great marks for that. Look, he feels toward her so close because she was close with his son who passed away from cancer. And I think he felt that connection to Bo. So it's a warm, everlasting relationship.
Senator Ari Melber here. Good to see you again. I should say Senator Boxer, to be clear. When we look at the gender dynamics here, with the Walz pick and a lot of the way Harris has been campaigning, it's been inclusive in the best sense. We've talked and joked about the identity politics, the camo hats, all of that. But it still matters a lot, as with Hillary Clinton taking the stage tonight. Hillary Clinton did show mathematically that she ran for president and more people voted for the woman than the man that year. We just have this whole electoral college thing on the side that someday we might deal with. What does it say to you in that bridge that, and Joy Reid was talking about this at the beginning of the broadcast, that Biden was a bridge from the diversity of the Obama era, then coming out of Clinton with whom he served? She speaks tonight and he's passing the torch to what could be, if she wins, the first woman president, first woman of color president. Where does that all fit into some of the speakers we're going to hear from?
Well, first of all, you said something about Joe that a lot of people don't remember, that he stepped aside for Hillary when she ran. And now he's embracing a woman of color, his vice president. It's so exciting. I hope I can say this about the men. who are listening to us. You know, confident men will vote for Kamala Harris. Step out there, show that. And I remember when I ran for office, I didn't get the men's vote. But I got a lot of men's votes, and I had a button that said, real men vote for Barbara Boxer. So I think this is a test, you guys out there. Join us. It's about you. It's about your freedoms. It's about your democracy. It's about whether we have an economy that works for everyone, not just the billionaires who, you know, Trump just loves to kiss their feet and everything else.